We're getting to a pretty wild point of corporate censorship where companies like HBO are going out there and attacking channels like The Critical Drinker just for doing reviews of their programs. Now, of course, The Critical Drinker is being critical of The Last of Us because The Last of Us has turned into one giant LGBTQ lecture with craziness involved that we've never seen before. We know that they've brought these two characters into this disordered relationship, and on top of it now have gone so far that they have one of the characters, Ellie, say that she's going to be a dad, despite the other character, I guess, copulating with a man and actually having a baby with that man. It's really, really insane. This is the level of mental illness that they're trying to promote through The Last of Us. This is what HBO and all of the streaming services are trying to push on us. It's 2025. People have told us woke is dead this entire time. They're absolutely lying to you because this is crazy, and they want to silence any talk about it. That's the other thing. That's exactly why on my reviews here, when I do reviews, I never play any video clips whatsoever because at this point it's just not safe to do so. I'll talk on a screen. You can know what I'm talking about and we can have a discussion, but we have to be very, very careful about these things. Now, I've been hit by these false claims before. I had the Games Workshop hit me last year when I was talking about tweets that Focus Entertainment was making about Space Marine 2. These are public tweets. I was just showing public tweets, and they wouldn't let it go. I had to fight it. It was very difficult, and I actually ended up with a strike here because of that. And so I feel Critical Drinker's pain on this. Now, there's good news to this, which we'll get to soon. But for now, please hit the like and subscribe button. And, of course, follow us here, guys. There's a couple things we need to do because, again, this is just not a safe spot because of the way that the censors control things. So this is my Substack. It's called Fandom Pulse, and this is where I'm writing the news with my business partner, John Trent, who does a great job. He's one of the best journalists out there. We cover everything in the culture every single day, and we do like 8 to 10 articles a day. When I do 3 videos a day here, I can't cover everything, so this is the place to be. So sign up for this in the description below. If you want to support us with a paid membership, it really helps because we have no advertising here, and that's how we can actually just call it like it is because we tell the truth without censoring ourselves. You can sign up for a paid membership if you'd like. There's free memberships. Either way is really good, and that way we stay in touch with you. I'll put that in the description below. I also have a newsletter. I'm creating culture that's different than things like The Last of Us, and this is where you can sign up and get 3 free books for me just for being here. And again, connect. This is all about making sure we stay connected, my friends, because you never know what's going to happen here. As you can tell, if they're hitting The Critical Drinker, they really don't care about channels like this one. I can tell you that. But for now, let's be here. Hit the like and subscribe button and get into the news. So, Critical Drinker left a scathing review of The Last of Us. We did a video yesterday about this just awful nuttiness that's going on, and it's crazy. And so HBO naturally went out and sent a copyright claim to him and got his video taken down. This is what it looked like yesterday. Why The Last of Us is Falling Apart was the title of his video. You could tell, video unavailable. This video contains content from Home Box Office Inc. Who has blocked it on copyright grounds. So they blocked him from being seen. And this is absolutely crazy that this could happen because this is transformative content. This is something that he's done the same type of content for years. And this is him giving commentary over some clips. And this should be done. This is exactly how reviews operate. And this is why his channel's done very, very well in this sort of deal. So why is this one different than anything else? Well, HBO just didn't want the negative content out there very clearly. They wanted to suppress any kind of messaging about The Last of Us because they want just positivity. And that's exactly where corporations are going these days. Whereas you may think that they've changed because they don't market these things as this anymore. They don't go out there and go, this is the most diverse TV program ever, like in their marketing material anymore. They just put this material in here, and it's crazier than ever before. If you don't even know what's going on with this deal, I posted a image on Twitter actually that showed this yesterday. I dead named Twitter. It's now X, and don't cancel me for dead naming, my friends. That's oh my gosh, terrible. But this is exactly what happened. So we're having a baby. This is the real dialogue. Us and Jesse too. We're all having a baby. And as you can see, this is what this disordered person says here. I'm going to be a dad. Oh, Well, no wonder it's getting criticized, and no wonder Critical Drinker's going out there saying this is a destruction of everything. It is. This is absolutely crazy. And so they didn't like that messaging, like I said, so they wanted to take this down and actually not have a big channel like this, because Critical Drinker's got a big enough channel where it really it probably impacts ratings. That's the real reality of this at this juncture. Meanwhile, they had to, of course, try to silence him. So he responded to it. He says, "Hey, HBO, are you guys going to unblock my Last of Us video or continue to shamelessly abuse the YouTube copyright system like a bunch of pussies? Because really, you're just proving how afraid you are of actual criticism." Now, again, this only works, and for channels like this smaller one here and other smaller channels, this only works because his platform's so big, it does move the needle. So when he actually calls them out, that amount of call out right here is a huge, huge, huge PR blunder for HBO. And that's the only reason this works. Like I said, when I had to deal with this last year with Games Workshop and all of their copyright stuff, I called them out very similarly. It didn't move the needle because they knew that if they just didn't respond, I don't have a big enough of a critical mass to be able to move the needle here. And this is really where the system breaks down, and something needs to be done about this because these companies are getting more and more abusive of this because YouTube's algorithms are more and more sensitive to this. And because now there's nobody even looking at it, it's just AI applying it across things, right? They can get away with doing this sort of thing to a lot of channels. And this is it's not just me, it's not just Critical Drinker. I've seen this happening to a lot of channels over the last year with almost no recourse for the creators on YouTube here who are actually having problems with this. Like I said, the only reason this worked at this juncture is because the Critical Drinker is big enough that he can make it work. And so there is good news to this. They did remove that copyright strike off of him after this became a big thing and a big PR blunder for HBO yesterday. So we do chalk that as a win. Just remember, this is not the ultimate win. Much like everybody's been saying woke is dead, DEI is dead, it's not going anywhere anymore. Meanwhile, all these corporations are doing the exact same thing. Disney just put a lesbian kiss into Andor. They just put a transgender man pretending to be a woman into Andor, into their Star Wars programs. Like, they've gone further than ever before just now, right? The Last of Us is going further than ever before just now. All of these programs are getting even crazier in this regard, and they're just pushing, but they're not marketing it as such. So a lot of people are getting burnt out on the culture war, I understand, because it's like, gosh, can I just enjoy something? Can I just have fun? Well, no, the corporations aren't allowing you to, and they don't care whether you just want to have fun or not. They really think, and they're true believers here, they want to keep pushing to make you give up. That's the entire intention for what they're doing. That's exactly how propaganda works. Eventually, you just get flooded with it that enough people get convinced that it's totally okay, and then enough people then go, okay, I'm not even going to bother fighting it because everybody's against me and it's just too exhausting. That is the intention. That is exactly what they do here. So when they take Critical Drinker's video down, this is just another step in that process. They're trying to see how far they are allowed to push to censor, to try to silence any sort of opposition, and they got caught this time. And like I said, we got a victory in the fact that this video did go back up and that Critical Drinker's analysis is still here right now, but it is not an ultimate victory because that is a test case, right? And for every video like Critical Drinker's out there, how many other channels got hit that are smaller that did not get this kind of restitution at the end of the day because they wanted to try to, of course, control the messaging about their own corporate slop here, which they're trying to force upon you and force upon your families. Really crazy. I can't believe that enough people are even watching this at this juncture that, like, it matters. It does, though, because everybody seems to be watching this. I'm not, because I knew it going in. I mean, The Last of Us video game 2, if you know, just absolutely wrecked the first game. It became a woke monstrosity, and they've taken that and extrapolated it into the TV show to make it even worse than before. This always has been terrible corporate propaganda, and we need to send a message by not watching this kind of stuff. Really, that's the best thing we can do at the end of the day. All right, congrats, Critical Drinker, for getting this back up, and good job going out and fighting the fight. He could have been silent. He could have not called them out like this, but he did. And that ended up being enough in this case. But we need to watch out for companies like HBO, like Netflix, and Amazon Prime. Don't forget they do this type of crap too, who are very, very censorious when it comes to people criticizing their content. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this, guys. And please, again, we've got a lot of different spots. Hit the like and subscribe button here. Get on Fandom Pulse, where we've got our news going. And for our creative stuff, get on my newsletter. all super important to do so I can stay in touch with you guys because you never know what's going to happen here. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be back soon.